Hello, good morning, and welcome to Beat the Number, sports betting top picks and plays for the NBA Morning Edition. My name is Abby. Thank you for joining me. We just have about 10 games to go over in the NBA. First, we're going to start off with the game of the evening. San Antonio at this one opened up -8. Total is 232. We're using oddslogic.com. Oddslogic.com for the odds and over-unders and totals. And we have it for the injury report, the latest injuries in the NBA. It's oddslogic.com. That's what we're using for the information. So Boston, as you can see, is -8. Totals 232. Right now, we are looking at 8.5. Total is 233.5. So look into this one further. Waiting for this to come up. So it's 8.5 right now. Total 233.5. We did see a 234, but that's what it is right now. Now we are also going to check the injury report for injuries in this game. So the injury report we're going to check first on the Boston side for the Celtics. We'll be checking that out. And on the Boston side, we do have Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday has a shoulder injury. He is, so Drew Holiday, as you can see, shoulder injury is ruled out Wednesday versus San Antonio. Jaylen Brown has a knee injury, but he's questionable to play Wednesday. He's basically 50-50. So on the San Antonio side for the Spurs, we do have here, let's see if anything comes up. No, they're healthy. So this is a healthy bunch. So look into this game now. It's San Antonio and Boston. This is the game of the evening. So this is the first meeting of the season between these two teams. San Antonio, overall, last 10 games, 4-6 last 10. 4-6 against the spread, 8-2 to the over. So San Antonio, this is the final game of a 6-game road trip. They're 2-3 on the first 5 games of the road trip. And right now, last 5 games, 4-1 to the over. On the Boston side for the Celtics, 7-3 last 10, 5-5 against the spread, 6-4 to the over. Celtics have won 2 straight. They're returning home from a 2-game road trip, a mini road trip. And Boston is 3-2 to the over last 5 games. So look into this one further. Boston 8.5. Let's see, they're playing San Antonio. Let's look into this one further. Yeah, Spurs have been playing every other day, basically. They look... The best look for me in this game, the way I have to look at this game, I'm not going to touch this side. The best thing for me in this game, I have to, this is at 233. Let me look at this one again. Yeah, the best thing for me in this game, I gotta look at the over here. Over 233.5. It's actually going to 234. So as you can see, I know there's a, so you see 234. So from 233 to 234, I got to look at the over. For me, it's the over 234, 233.5, 234. We're heading into All-Star Weekend, and a lot of these teams are not going to be playing any defense. They're looking forward to the All-Star break. That's the midway point of the season break. So I doubt any defense is going to be played. I would look at over 233.5, 234, Boston and San Antonio. That's my take on that. Both teams are playing to the over. So it does make sense, the over in this game. That's the way I look at it. The sides, I have no play on the side. So that's it for this game. Next game, Charlotte at Orlando. This one opened up 208, the total. Orlando 11.5 point favorites. Now they've come to, from 11.5, it's gone all the way to, if we can see here, it's actually at 12.5. That's the consensus, 12.5. Let's see, at 12.5. The total is 204, so it's come down a bit. To come down to 204. It's actually dropped. 205 to 204. Okay, so we'll look at the injury report for these two teams. So we're going to start off with Charlotte. Look at the Hornets situation. So on the Charlotte side, we're going to look at, let's see here. Okay, you have a list of injuries here we're going to look at. Let's see. Just bear with me for a moment while we pull this up. So Mark Williams ruled out for personal reasons against Orlando. Josh Okogie, hamstring, ruled out for the game at Orlando. LaMelo Ball will be out, ankle injury. Musa Dabati has an eye issue, questionable to play Wednesday. Brandon Miller out for the season. Trey Martin out for the season. Grant Williams out for the season. On the Orlando side, for the Magic, Orlando, we see here Jalen Suggs unable to play Wednesday with a knee issue. Mortez Wagner out for the season. All right, so we look into this game. I do have a play on this game that I like a lot, so we'll look into this one further. That's Charlotte, Orlando. So as you can see, they've already played twice already. Early in the season last year, November 12th in Orlando. Orlando was a 9-point favorite. Total was 213. Orlando won 114-89. They covered, and it went under 213. Second game, November 25th in Charlotte. Orlando was favored by 5 on the road. Total was 213. It was 95-84 Orlando again, and it went under the total 213.5. Third game is in Orlando. We'll look at the numbers here. Charlotte 2-8 last 10, 6-3-1 against the spread, 3-7 to the under. So Charlotte, this is their third game on the road trip. 0-2. This is their third game now. So right now, they've lost 2 straight, 1-4 last 5 games, 0-2 on the road trip so far, and 2-3 to the under. Orlando 3-7 last 10, 2-8 against the spread, 4-6 to the under. Orlando is flip-flopping wins and losses. They are 2-3 last 5 games, and are 2-3 to the under. Okay, so this game, the only way I can play it, both teams are trending to the under. They played twice already, and it's gone to the under. The amounts are lower. This is a low total for a reason. So everything correlates and connects to the under. So for me, I like under 204.5. I like the under here. So if you like the under like myself, try and get this number early before it goes down even further, before it goes down more and more. Try and get this number right away, 204.5 under. That's the way I would look in this game. Yeah, that's the way I would look. And then at the same time, you want to look at a Charlotte team total. Trying to get a Charlotte team total under. Let me see if that's out right now. I don't know if that's out. Let me check to see if that's out. Cause if it does come out here, I'll tell you to bet the under. Let me take a look first to see if it's out. I don't think I see anything yet. Don't think it's out yet. Yeah, the team totals aren't out as yet. Once it comes out, once it comes out, whatever the number is, I'll just bet the under. I'll bet Charlotte team total under. Let's just put it this way: in both meetings this season, Charlotte's not even getting 90 points. So if you get a team total at 90 points, I would bet the under. Under 90. Both games, Charlotte has failed to score over 90 points against Orlando. And with all the injuries that they have now, I don't expect them to score over 90 points, much less score over 100 points. So anything 90, if you get team total 90 or more, bet the under. Team total under in Charlotte, and bet the under in the game as well. 204.5. Let's see. I think that's the best number they got. Let's take a look here. Actually, we're seeing a 205.5. I just saw a 205. It came. Yeah, I saw a 205. Then it went to 204. Yeah, try it. Now we're seeing 203. So try and get the 204.5 before it goes down even further. Yeah, I would. So make sure you do that. Next game, Atlanta at New York. The Knicks are 8.5 point favorites. Total 241. Right now we're seeing it's gone to 8. The total is at 240. 240 right now. 240.5. 240. Well, we'll say 241. It's down to 8. So the Knicks are basically on a back-to-back. Atlanta has the rest advantage. We're gonna look at the injury report for this game. Get a better update here. So we'll look at the injury report for the Atlanta Hawks. Then we get to the Knicks. Remember, Knicks are on a back-to-back. Let's see. Okay, so for the Atlanta game, we have Larry Nance Jr. He's going to be out. He's ruled out. Jalen Johnson, shoulder is out as well. As you can see, one moment. We're going to pull this up. Yep, so Larry Nance Jr. out for today's game, and Jalen Johnson's out. On the New York side for the Knicks, we got OG Anunoby. He's questionable with his foot injury. Mitchell Robinson is out, as you can see. Anunoby questionable to play, so he's 50-50, I should say. Mitchell Robinson out. All right, so we're going to look into this game further. Look at the head-to-head. Atlanta, New York. All right, so they've played 3 times already. This is the 4th and final meeting. So first game was beginning of the season, November 6th in Atlanta. The Knicks were 7-point favorites, total 226.5 at the time. Atlanta covered and won, 121-116, and it went over the total, 226.5. Second game, December 11th in New York. Knicks were an 8-point favorite. Total went up to 238.5, or 238, excuse me. Atlanta won 108-100, and they covered the 8 points. Third game in Madison Square Garden. The Knicks were 7.5-point favorites at home. Total was 239. The Knicks covered and won 119 to 110. They won by 9 points and went under the total 239.5. Atlanta last 10 games 4-6 against other opposition, 8-2 against the spread, 4-6 to the under. Hawks have won 3 straight games. Yeah, they've won 3 straight games. This is their third and final game on the road trip. They're 4-1 last 5 games and are 2-3 to the under. So Hawks doing it with defense the last 3 games. So they've gone under the last 3 games. They've done pretty well. And as an underdog, Atlanta has covered 6 of the last 7 games as an underdog. So they've done pretty well. New York, 8-2 last 10 games, 6-4 against the spread, 7-3 to the over. New York 3-2 last 5 games, and are 5-0 to the over. Yeah, I have to go with the red hot Hawks. Atlanta Hawks are red hot. 2 reasons why. Number 1, the Knicks are on a back-to-back. They're not too good on a back-to-back. So that's why I like Atlanta. Second reason why is the Hawks have covered 5 of their last 6 games as an underdog. And Atlanta's played very well against New York. They've covered the spread against New York in all 3 meetings, except the last meeting they didn't cover in New York. But I like them here to cover the points, because remember, New York's on a back-to-back, so I do like the Knicks here to cover the 8.5. So I definitely like Atlanta here and the points. The total, no play on the total. The total's going to be a pass. Nothing there. Next game for me, we're gonna skip a few games here because some of these games are irrelevant. I'm not gonna play any of these games. We'll look at Philadelphia and Brooklyn. Philadelphia -2, total 212. Right now we're looking at, it's basically -2 across the board. So we're seeing 2.5 still, but it's mainly 2s. And now we got 213.5. 213.5. 2s, 213.5. That's what we have here. So look at this one here. So we'll look into this one further. We'll look at the injuries for this game. So we're going to start off with Philadelphia, then Brooklyn for the injuries. Just look at this one here. So actually Brooklyn first, sorry. So on the Brooklyn side, Nick Claxton dealing with an ankle. He's questionable. Cam Thomas, hamstring, is out. Bojan Bogdanovic, foot, is out, as you can see here. Nick Claxton, Cam Thomas, Bojan Bogdanovic. On the Philadelphia side for the Sixers, we're looking at Joel Embiid. Let's see this one here. Joel Embiid. Let's see. Let's see if he's playing in this game or not. Questionable to play Wednesday at Brooklyn. Kyle Lowry, questionable to play Wednesday at Brooklyn. Eric Gordon, wrist, questionable to play Wednesday. And Jared McCain's out for the season. So look at this one here. Brooklyn, Philly. They've played twice already. November 22nd in Philadelphia. Philly a 3-point favorite. The total is 214.5. Philadelphia won 113.98 and went under 214. Second game last month, January 4th in Brooklyn. Philly was a 9-point favorite. Philly won 123.94. It went over 212 points. Third game, again 212. Philadelphia 4-6 last 10, 5-5 against the spread, 6-4 to the over. Philadelphia lost to Toronto 106-103. Wow, they're really slumping. They've lost four straight games, 1-4 last 5 games. You can clearly see that their mind is just, they just want to get to the All-Star break. They're not really interested in playing. Just get to the All-Star break. Let's get some rest. That's where their mind's at right now. They're 3-2 last 5 games to the over, Philadelphia. Brooklyn, 5-5 last 10, 6-4 against the spread, 1-9 to the under. Brooklyn's won 2 straight games at home. They won as an underdog against Miami, won as a favorite against Charlotte. So they're basically 4-1 last 5 games and are 1-4 to the under. So two teams. So one's playing to the under, the other one's playing to the over. Brooklyn's been covering as a dog. The numbers, let me see, 2.5 Philadelphia. Let's look at this game again. Yeah, the best thing to do for this game, I would look at a Brooklyn team total under. Brooklyn team total under for this game. The team totals aren't out as yet, but that's the way I would play. I would look at the under. I'd lean to a Brooklyn team total under. That's my play for this game. I don't have a play for the side or the total for the actual game. That's the way to go in this game. Next game I'm going to look at is Miami at OKC. This one's 12.5 OKC, total 219. Right now we're looking at 13.5, and this one is at 219. We're seeing 218. Let's look at this again. Miami 219. I'm mainly seeing 218.5 basically. That's what it is right now. 218.5, 219. But mainly 218.5, we'll say 218.5. The line's still at 13.5. It's still 13.5. 12.5, 13.5 right now. Yeah, that's what we're looking at here. Let's see. Yeah, we're looking at that. That's basically what it is. We'll look at the injury report for both teams. Starting with the Miami Heat, we'll get to that. So we'll see here. Kevin Love is out for personal reasons, so he won't be playing in this game. Jamie Jacquez Jr. has an illness, so he's 50-50 to play. Tyler Hero, illness, questionable to play Wednesday as well. He's 50-50. Drew Smith out for the season. Oklahoma City Thunder. We'll look at their situation for the injury report. Let's see. Yep, 2 guys are out. Chet Holmgren is out. He's resting. Cason Wallace, shoulder is ruled out. Let's look at this one. Yeah, he's ruled out for this game. That's it. Let's look at the head-to-head. That's OKC and Miami. Let's look at this one here. They did play earlier this season, or last in December that they played. It was in Miami. OKC was -1. Total is 217.5. OKC won 104.97. They covered -1, but it went under the total, 217.5. Miami, 4-6 last 10 games, 3-7 against the spread, 4-6 to the under. The Heat have lost 2 straight games. They are 2-3 last 5 games, and are 1-4 to the under. OKC, 8-2 last 10 games, 5-5 against the spread, 7-2-1 to the over. OKC's won 6 straight games. They've won 6 straight. They've covered 5 out of the 6 games. So they've been very consistent. Very consistent team. 5-0 last 5 games and are 3-2 to the over. And the number's at 218. Yeah, I like, it's 218, see? Yeah, I like the under in this game. I like the under. I don't see Miami scoring more than 100 points against these guys. I don't see it. I like the under in this game. I like under the 218.5. I like the under here. That's the way to play it. Yeah, I like the under 218. Yeah, I'm gonna say 218 on the. I like the under 218. I like that. That's the way to go in this game. Like I said, I don't see Miami scoring over 100 points on these guys. I don't see it. No way. The last 2 games Miami played that and they lost in, they didn't get over 100 points. They didn't get over 100 points in that game. They couldn't score 100 against Brooklyn, which is sad. That's one of the worst teams in basketball. They couldn't get over 100 points against them. Boston, obviously, they can't score over 100 points against them. Yeah, I gotta take under this game, under 218.5. And I would look at a Miami team total under as well. Like I said, the team totals have not come out. They have not been released as yet to the public. But I would look at a Miami team total under. Anything that's 100, I bet the under in that. Bet under. Because I don't see him scoring more than 100 points. It'll be like a carbon copy of the first game when they played in December, when Miami scored only 97 points. Yeah, the last 2 games, they barely scratched 100 points. Barely. The one before that, they scratched 100, but I mean, it was barely, though. But it went under the total. I got to bet team total under in Miami, no matter what. And under in the game, 218.5. That's the way I'm going to play this game. Next game to look at. We're going to look at Minnesota and Milwaukee. Minnesota 5.5 point favorites, total 226. Some of these games we're going to skip. Some of them, I don't have any relevance or interest in these games. They're not meaningful to me. So I'm going to skip some of these games. You'll see. A lot of them aren't meaningful. Like Lakers, Utah, we're not going to touch that. Portland, Denver is on a back. They played. This is a home and homes. This is a back-to-back game, so I'm not touching these back-to-back games. So Lakers, Utah, Portland, and Denver we're going to skip. Sacramento, Pelicans we're going to skip. We're going to do Minnesota, Milwaukee. So Minnesota, Milwaukee, 5.5 it opened up. Total 226. Right now we're looking at 224, and it's got actually a 225. We're seeing some 225, but it's mainly 224.5 right now. Total, it's at 6 right now, 6.5. That's what we're seeing right now for that game. It's Minnesota at home, favorite against Milwaukee. Total 224. Open up 225. So we're going to look at the injury report for this game. That's Minnesota-Milwaukee. Let's see. So we're going to look at the we'll look at the sorry, one moment. I apologize. One moment. Okay, so we're going to look at Milwaukee. So Greek Freak, the only one who may not be playing. Let's see. He's got a knee issue with his knee. He might be out. I think he's going to be out. Let's see. Oh. Let me get the update. Let's see here. Yeah, he's out indefinitely, Giannis. He is out. So he's not playing. On the Minnesota side, Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards. He has a hip issue. He is questionable. Let's get to that one moment. Questionable to play Wednesday. Mike Conley, questionable to play with a finger issue. Julius Randle, out indefinitely. Dante DiVincenzo, out indefinitely. So we're going to look into this game. A lot to unpack here in this game. Certain key players are out. We'll look into this. 7-3 head-to-head, Milwaukee, Minnesota. First meeting of the season, actually, between these two teams. Milwaukee 3-7 last 10 games, 2-8 against the spread, 6-4 to the over. Milwaukee, 6-4 to the over. 6-4 to the over. Milwaukee 2-3 to the under. But you know, the last few games, the totals have gone over in their games without Giannis, which is interesting. But this one has come back down to 224.5. Minnesota 7-3 last 10, 6-4 against the spread, 7-3 to the over. 3-2 last 5 games. That's Minnesota, and Minnesota is 4-1 to the over. No Giannis in this game, and then they're favored by 6. It's come down to it's 6.5, come down to 6. Let's see. I like Milwaukee. I like Milwaukee to cover the spread. I like Milwaukee here. I don't trust Minnesota. I know they've covered as a favorite against Chicago and Portland. I see that here. And they covered Houston as well. I'm going to take Milwaukee here. I'm going to take the Bucks to cover. I don't know. I don't trust Minnesota here. I just don't trust them here. I know Milwaukee's been up and down, and they haven't looked good on the road. I'm going to take Milwaukee. I'm going to lean Milwaukee. I'm not sure if I'm going to get to the window, but I lean Milwaukee. It's just a lean for this game. Total, I don't have a play on the total. Just a lean Milwaukee. That's it. No actual play on this game. Not sure if I'm going to get there or not. Next game we're going to look at Phoenix at Houston. Houston 6.5 point favorites. Total 223. Sorry. The opening line is 6. Excuse me. It's 6. Total 223.5. Right now we're seeing it's still actually 6.5. We're starting to see a 7 pop up in this game. A 7 came up, and it's gone to 222. I see it's dropping a little bit. It's 223. I saw it go down to 222. I think I had BetMGM at 222. It's just 223 across the board, 6.5. We'll look at the injury report here. This is Phoenix and Houston. We'll look at the Houston side first. So we'll take a look at the Houston side in this game. Let's pull it up. Okay, so we have Alperen Sengun. He has back issues, and he's questionable to play, so he's 50-50 for this game. Tari Eason has a leg issue, questionable. Fred VanVleet is out, as we know. Jabari Smith is out. So look into this one moment. Let's grab this one here. Just bear with me for a moment. Okay, so we have it here again. Alperen Sengun back. As I mentioned earlier, these are the injuries for Houston. As you can see there, these guys are out of the lineup. Now we're going to check the Phoenix side for the Phoenix Suns. Hughes out of the lineup there. All right, so we have Valeji Milic. I think that's how you pronounce the name. Valeji Milic. He has an ankle issue. He is questionable for this game. Bradley Beal questionable with a toe issue. Cody Martin, hernia, out indefinitely. So look into this game further. That's Houston. Phoenix at Houston. We'll look into this one. This is the first meeting between these two teams. Phoenix last 10 games, 4-6 last 10, 3-7 against the spread, 6-4 to the over. Phoenix has lost 2 straight games. They are 1-4 last 5 games, and are 2-3 to the, 3-2 to the over. On the Houston side, Houston 4-6 last 10 games, 4-6 against the spread, 5-5 over under. Houston 1-4 last 5 games, and are 2-3 to the under. That's Houston. Let's see. And Houston's a 6.5 point favorite. The line's gone to 7. They haven't covered a spread in ages. When's the last time they covered a spread? Ugh. It's been a long time. Phoenix. They haven't been covering either. Both teams have been terrible. Both teams have really been bad. Let's look at this again. I may have to look at a total here. I don't know about the side. I have to look at a total. Man, I gotta look at a total here. I'm gonna go with the under. I'm gonna say under 223.5. I'm picking the under because number one, the total hasn't really moved. There's no drastic move on the total. So there's no drastic move on the total. And this is the last game before the All-Star break. A lot of these guys are going to be out. They're not going to play. They're going to rest up before the break. So therefore, I'm not going to see a lot of offense out there. And it's showing these last 2 games for Phoenix when they're playing at home. The last 2 games it's showing the offense is not really there for this team. They're not really they're not scoring a lot. And it's showing these last couple games. That's why you're seeing Phoenix's games have gone under the last 2 games. They're just basically mailing it in because it's All-Star weekend. And it's the last game for them before the All-Star break, I believe. I think this is the last game for these guys. Yeah, it's the last game. Yep. So they're mailing it in. So I will take the under. Houston. It looks like Houston's doing the same thing as well. They're not really putting up. They're not really scoring. Both these teams aren't scoring like they normally should. Yeah, they're basically mailing it in. I'm gonna take the under in this game. I'm taking under 223. It's 223 now. Yeah, I'm taking the under. That's the only way I have to look at the under in this game. Both teams playing the under the last two games. You know, All-Star breaks around the corner, like I said. A lot of the key players are resting, so you're not getting that offensive power. So I like, in this case here, I'm going to take the under. Under 223.5 for me in this game. I'm going to go with that. Yeah, I got to go with the under here. It's the only way to look. I don't, because yeah, the number's not really moving. It's sticking where it is. Yeah, yeah, I got to take the under. That's the way to go. We're going to do a Golden State and Dallas. This one here, Golden State -4, total 234. That's the opening number. And now we're seeing it go up to 5. 5, and we even saw 5.5. It's mainly 5s on the board. 5 is on the board, and it's 233.5. That's what I'm seeing here. Yeah, 5 and it's 233.5. That's Golden State and Dallas. Looks like the public's on Golden State on this game. Total's 233. Yeah, Golden State's been playing pretty well. They're gelling together. Let's look at the injury report for both these teams. We'll look at Golden State. Jonathan Kuminga is out with an ankle injury. So you can see it here. Let's see, Jonathan Kuminga. And on the Dallas side for the Mavericks, Daniel Gafford. He is out indefinitely with a knee injury. That's a big blow for Dallas. Huge blow. So they're kind of thin up front, very thin up front. PJ Washington, ankle questionable for Wednesday's game. Dwight Powell, out indefinitely. Anthony Davis out. Caleb Martin out. Derek Lively II out. Yeah, so they're very thin up front. They're very thin. No Gafford. No AD. Derek Lively out. Yeah, Dallas is thin. Yeah, I definitely have a play on this game. I definitely got to play on this one. Golden State, Dallas. Let's see. Let's look at the matchups here. They played twice already. This is before, obviously before the big trade. Golden State played. First game was in Golden State. Golden State was a 2.5-point favorite. Total 234.5. Golden State won 120 to 117. They covered the 2.5. They went over 234.5. Second game was in Golden State, December 15th. Dallas -1. Dallas won 143-133 over 228. Third game, they're playing tonight. Golden State last 10 games, 6-4 last 10. 6-4 against the spread. And 8-2 to the over. So Golden State's on a 6-game road trip. Sorry, this is a 7-game road trip. This is the 5th game of the road trip. And then tomorrow they got to play they got to play in Houston the next day, tomorrow. So this is interesting. They got to play. They got to play. They're kind of in a situation here. Let's see. So Golden State's won 2 straight games. They're 4-1 to the over. They're playing very well. They've covered 2 straight. Won 2 straight. Covered 2 straight. Since the Jimmy Butler trade, they're 2-0. against the spread, 2-0 overall, 2-0 to the over. Dallas, 5-5 last 10, 5-3 and 2 against the spread, 8-2 to the over. Dallas is 2-3 last 5 games and are 4-1 to the over. Let's see Golden State here. Let's see the total here again, this one. Yeah, both teams 4-1 to the over. Yeah, the only way I can look in this game, I gotta take Golden State in the points. I like them here at -5. Yeah, I like the Warriors here at -5. They opened up, like I said, 4. It's gone now 5.5. I'm seeing 5.5 are coming up, mainly 5s. But I like Golden State here. If you like Golden State, get them at the 5. Take it at -5 or 4.5. Take the Warriors, and then I like the over. I like the over as well. I like over the 233.5. Actually, it's come down now to 232. Oh, I guess we gotta be a little bit careful here. I'll take that back, not the over. I'm gonna take Golden State 4.5. 4.5. I'm taking the Warriors here at 4.5. If you get a 5, take the Warriors at -5. I think the Warriors cover this thing easily. I'm not going to touch the total because this could be the under because a lot of injuries on the Dallas side. So yeah, I like Golden State only. That's it. And then the final game we're looking at is Memphis at the Clippers. Clippers -4, total 236. Yeah, that's the opening number. It's come down now. We're seeing 3.5. This one's dropped, and we're seeing in this one here 237.5. We saw a 3.5, but it's mainly 4.5. 237.5 and 4.5. That's mainly what we're seeing. Yeah, that's what we're seeing mainly in this one. Yeah, I have a play on this one as well. We'll look at the injury report first. Memphis and the Clippers. Okay, so this one here. Memphis and the Clippers. Let's see. Marvin Bagley. Let's see his status. He is out indefinitely, so he's not going to be playing. That's the only injury. And the Clippers. Ben Simmons. So he is, I believe he might be out. Let's check this one out here. Yeah, he's out Wednesday, conditioning issues. So he's out. That's the new acquisition from Brooklyn, Ben Simmons. So we'll look into this one further. Memphis at the Clippers. Let's look at this one. They've only played once this season. They played at Memphis December 23rd. Clippers were Memphis is a 6-point favorite. Total is 228.5. Clippers covered it at 114-100. It was under 228.5. So this one's gone up a bit. Memphis 8-2 last 10, 7-3 against the spread, 6-4 to the over. Memphis, they're on a back-to-back. They are 4-1 last 5 games, and are 2-3 to the under. As for the Clippers, 5-5 last 10, 5-5 against the spread, 7-3 to the over. Clippers 2-3 last 5 games and are 4-1 to the over. So Memphis on a back-to-back. Let's see. Yeah, they're on a back-to-back. Let's see here. Memphis on a back-to-back. Let's see, I'm just looking here. Let me check something. The only thing I could look at for this game, oh boy, let me see here. Let me look at the number again. 4.5. Let's see. I know it's dropped a little bit. It's come down 4.5, 3.5. Man, it's come to 238. Now it's 237.5. Saw 238. Let's see here. I'm gonna say I'm gonna lean to the Clippers. Clippers 4.5. It's come down to 3.5. I'll just lean to the Clippers. I lean to the Clippers here. That's a lean because remember Memphis is playing on a back-to-back. They're in a back-to-back situation here. They have to fly from Phoenix to LA. Yeah, this is a back-to-back. I don't like him in this spot here. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Clippers. Lean to the Clippers. Not sure if I'm gonna get there or not, but I lean that way. I might do a first half total on this game tomorrow. I don't have the first half total numbers yet. They have not been released to the public. But if I see something good for the first half total, I'll give that on my next video. I'll give a first half total. I give a few of them out for the games the other day on Tuesday, and it worked out. So I'll do the same thing again, a first half total. I'll look at that. All right, so that's it for the show. Beat the number. Thank you very much for joining me. My name's Abby. Whether you fade or follow these picks, it's up to you. Basically, I just look at the games, choose what I like and what I see fit. Whatever you do, fade or follow, I hope you cash those tickets. I hope you do well and cash the tickets. Good luck. Stay true to yourself. Stay blessed. Believe in yourself. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button so we can provide more of these picks and plays for the NBA, for the totals and the sides, so we can beat the market. All right, take care, and don't forget to join me for the NBA player props. We have our top player props for the game, and we'll give you some totals, over-unders, first half totals. Till then, take care. Peace. See ya.